good speeches. I'm not there yet. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Alaa. Some of you guys know me from the community. Other people know me from these marches. I'm much better at chanting than I am at giving speeches. But if we've learned anything in these last 83 days, is that we have to get out of our comfort zone and we have to speak up. Silence is not an option anymore. A few days ago, it was Christmas, and I found myself having random emotional moments throughout the day, watching TikTok videos of Palestinian carols and people interrupting Christmas festivities for Palestine. I thought to myself, have we finally done it? Did we do it? Are our voices finally being heard? Have we reached a turning point? Because the people in the videos and the crowds don't just look like me anymore. Although we've gained many allies at this point, there's still many people we see that are like, this is not the time or place. This is not the time or place for that. On social media platforms, there's a feature called Memories that shows what you did on a certain day in your history. Many people don't like that because it reminds them of friends they used to have, or exes they don't like anymore, or a hairstyle that they thought they were rocking but they really weren't. But what was coming up on my memories in the last few months was me marching for Palestine in 2021, in 2017, in 2015, in 2009, and again in 2008. If now's not the time or place, then when is the right time to talk about Palestine? The other day, a baby went missing in Cleveland, and all our phones went off with an alert that there was a baby missing and what to look out for. For 75 years, Palestinian children have been taken from their homes, schools, kidnapped in the middle of the night, many never to hear or see their parents again, tortured, interrogated, starved, and never taken to trial. Aside from the numbers of the deaths in the last 75 years, these last 84 days have brought up numbers that are incomprehensible. 29,000 deaths, over 11,000 of them children. People just reading these numbers every day as if they were nothing, but to us, they were not just numbers. They're human beings with hearts and souls, dreams and goals, all shattered by Israel, their allies, the U.S., and all that have remained silent for the past 84 days. When's a good time to speak about Palestine? We've all heard the words of activists in the past like Malcolm X or Nelson Mandela say our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of the Palestinians. Although I'd like to think that they personally cared about the Palestinians, I think that they were ahead of their time and understood the underlying issues. Israeli Zionism with their ideology of a perfect people and a superior race, constantly hiding behind the pain and suffering of the Jews in the Holocaust, using them as an excuse for their actions. Israelis constantly talking about a land that they were promised, but the Jews had a promised land, and it was Palestine, next to the Muslims and Christians, not without them.
That's right.
As my late grandma, Alaa Yarhamha, used to tell us stories of a time when Christians, Muslims, and Jews were neighbors living side by side in peace. I wish most of you get a chance to travel to Bethlehem, as I have, and see the beauty of an area filled with mosques, churches, and synagogues all next to each other, and people of different faiths, backgrounds, and races interacting with each other peacefully. Those activists understood the depths and dangers of Zionism and knew it would, if the world was able to remain silent for Israel's occupation of the Palestinians, it would one day spread. Here we are, days away from 2024, and I think I last seen 33 states signed anti-BDS bills to stop us from boycotting Israel. Social media platforms shadow banning us, blocking us, and taking down posts about Palestine. They tell us we have the freedom to vote, yet the constituents are handpicked and paid by groups like AIPAC, given millions of dollars for their campaigns, and the people never see. There's whole neighborhoods in Cleveland, and I'm sure all around the U.S., where you're bobbing and weaving to avoid potholes, highway projects that take forever, abandoned buildings, schools closing, classroom sizes doubling, no books or technology, no more elective classes, no teachers, all due to lack of funding. But all of a sudden, we hear about a war, and there's millions and billions that we're able to send. We struggle with minimum wage, healthcare, tuition, cost of living every day, yet our tax dollars give American-born Israelis and many, I recently found out, sex offenders, the life you've always wanted to live, with free healthcare, schooling, and property with the slightest evidence of Jewish lineage. People always tell us, if you don't like it here, go back. But the U.S. was supposed to be a melting pot, land of the free, home of the brave. Yet over the last few years, we've seen true colors, and that we're not as great as we say. Children in cages at borders, our black brothers and sisters still marching for equality, women still fighting for the rights of their own bodies. It's not shocking that we can't all agree on an issue when the U.S. was developed by the genocide of the Native Americans. I'm not sure when we were great and when our freedoms weren't conditional, and I know we can't go back and change history, but we can make a better future. The oppressed will always outnumber the oppressors, and it's time we stood together and fought for our freedoms all around the world. Long live Palestine. Thank you.